had some work to do in Tel Aviv. And on my way home, I was driving on Highway 2, Kvish HaChof. And all of a sudden, something very strange happened. I lost control of the car. And all of a sudden, something else was driving the car. And I found myself not exiting at Zichron Yaakov, where I needed to exit, but actually exiting at Poleg. And something is driving the car, and it's making a right, and it's making a left, and then it's going into the left lane, it's going to the light, it's making another left, it's making a right, it's making a left, and it's parking. And I looked up at these huge blue and yellow signs, and I found that I was in front of IKEA. Now, as strange as this might sound, I hear from laughter that maybe the same thing has happened to some of you. And my researches have shown me that, in fact, it's not an uncommon phenomenon to find oneself suddenly in front of IKEA. So, seeing as I was already there at IKEA in the parking lot, I thought I might as well get out and go do some shopping. So, I wasn't the only one that particular day to decide to do some shopping at IKEA. It really seemed to me that the entire Sharon area was at IKEA because there were thousands upon thousands of people there. And I went in and I got my shopping cart, and there's always something you need from IKEA. Right? There's always something. And if you don't, you can find something that you need or your neighbor needs. So I started to go through, and I'm with my shopping cart, and I'm fighting. There's people to the left and people to the right. And I'm going through the kitchens and the bedrooms, and I find chalk. And I found a step stool. I'm very happy. And I'm going, and I'm going. And all of a sudden, I actually remembered something that I really did need at IKEA, which was they have these kitchen drawer organizers made from bamboo. And I really, for a year, I had promised myself I would get one for the house. So now I have a real reason to go and look for it. And I stopped the sales girl and I said, where do you carry these kitchen drawer organizers? And she said, oh, it's back in kitchens. Now, if you've never been to IKEA, you don't just go to IKEA and go where you want, okay? There is a design, a floor plan. When you enter IKEA, you go upstairs and you start walking in a certain direction, okay? And you go in that direction and you follow the arrows. You don't decide which direction you're going to go in. Now, I had already gone halfway through IKEA, and kitchens were way behind me, back near the start of the floor plan. So with my cart, I turned around and I started back towards kitchens. Now, remember, I'm at IKEA with thousands upon thousands of people, all of whom understand that the way you go through IKEA is you go like this. You don't go the other direction. And as I started with my cart, people were looking at me like I didn't know what in God's name I was doing. And why couldn't I follow directions? And I was in their way. And why couldn't I be like everybody else? And why did I have to be there? And I start to, in myself, I'm shaking inside because I realize I'm completely in the wrong. And how could I be doing this? And I start to hear the voices of doubt and self-condemnation. And all of a sudden, now don't ever let anyone tell you that you have to go to the top of a mountain or into the desert to hear the voice of God. Because there in the middle of IKEA, amongst thousands of my countrymen, I had a religious moment. And I realized that always in life there are going to be people who are looking at you and telling you you're doing it wrong. You're going in the wrong direction. Why can't you be like everybody else? Why do you have to make life difficult? Why do you have to go against the stream? And I thought the only way that we can continue to be in the way, to go in the way we need to go, is if we will look inside ourselves and listen to the voice, listen to the music that's inside of us, and follow it.